were just talking to a group of friends, and we were all not exactly complaining, but wondering what to do with that end of summer profusion of wonderful vegetables, juicy tomatoes, lots and lots of cucumbers. The onions are all coming in at the same time. And one of the things that the Tuscans do with all that profusion is to make panzanella. It's a simple salad of crispy cucumbers, red onions, basil, and lots of red ripe tomatoes. It's kind of a salad to use up leftovers too, like the leftover crusty bread. I like to just take pieces of bread, this is like day-old bread, and just grill it so that it's brown on both sides. You can do this over the fire if you have a grill going, but you can do it right on a stovetop griddle like that too. The cucumbers, nice Kirby style cucumbers that I am peeling, cutting in half lengthwise, and then just taking out most of the seeds. Use about 2 large cucumbers for smallish cucumbers. I don't know if you remember burping after you eat a cucumber. Well, a lot of these small Kirby cucumbers are what they call burpless. And I think the seeds were originated by Burpee, peculiarly enough. Now you can just cut these into 1/4 inch slices this way now. And notice I'm just doing it all at one time. So set those aside. We're going to now choose about 2 pounds of ripe beefsteak tomatoes. Oh, I forgot to do one thing to the bread too, and I can still do it. Smash a couple cloves of garlic and remove the outer skin. And then you're going to rub this smashed garlic onto the surface of the bread, just for another flavor. And then I also throw this right into the panzanella, the garlic, after I use it for rubbing. I'll show you what I do. So just smash it a little bit like that. Rub that bread. See how it's getting nice and brown? Just rub the surface. Actually, it's easier once it is toasted a little bit. So I'll just toast the other side. So now once your bread is all nice and toasted, just let it cool a little bit. And this garlic that you had, you can just chop it up a little bit and throw it right into the bowl. And now the tomatoes, my favorite. Choose whatever tomatoes really look good to you, but if you want to save time, use big tomatoes because they are easy to cut up. Let's see, this looks like a beauty. This one's pretty too, a little dark. Variety, we have lots of different kinds. Just cut it in half, take out the core. You don't want this part in your salad, so you can just take that out. Any brown skin cut off, like this little spot of the tomato. Homegrown tomatoes, you know, have a lot of odd shapes and sizes. We sometimes get a tomato that's 4 pounds and lots of convolutions looking sort of like the human brain, but they are really good. We've been experimenting this year growing lots and lots of different tomatoes. You can see on this platter in front of me how many different varieties. So here we have all our tomatoes. Now just cut these up into cubes, about a 1/2 inch or so in size, and put them into the bowl with your garlic. Now, if you don't like garlic, don't add the garlic to the bowl. We have a red onion that's been very thinly sliced. That goes right into the bowl. Season with salt and pepper. Some people say, oh, don't add your cucumbers now, but I add my cucumbers now, and I add the olive oil and the vinegar, and let it sit for about an hour. Even a little longer is just fine. And here's our cucumbers. Don't mix it all up yet either. If you want to just let the cucumber stay on top, they'll stay nice and crispy. I'm not even adding the salt to the cucumbers, just to the tomatoes and the onions. And they're going to macerate in the olive oil and the vinegar. About 5 tablespoons of olive oil. And about 3 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. And I'm just going to break my bread up into chunks, and this is going to also be mixed into the salad. And after this sits for an hour, mix it all up. Add your basil, about a cup of packed basil leaves. Make sure they're all really pretty. You can chop those if you like, but I just like them torn. If they're too big, if they're small leaves, just leave them small. Just tear these up. Make sure they're washed. They have no dirt in them, and then spin them dry in the salad spinner. And add your torn bread. Serve it while the bread is still crunchy. Pile the plates high because they'll want more. They'll eat every single speck of this delicious bread salad. A good way to use up those tomatoes and those cucumbers. And it's really healthy.